Hello everybody, welcome to It's All Black and White TV, and this is the match reaction. But before we get into the show, if you do like what you see, then please don't forget to smash the like. It does search, so please do give it a like. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come in and subscribe. Free to do so, helps the channel grow. Also hit the bell notification, that tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. If you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. You can do that by clicking the join button, and if you make a donation to that chat, click on the $sign, all money we invested in the channel. So today we played Brighton and Hove Albion at St James's Park in a 3 p.m. kickoff, and let's go ahead for the teams first. So team news came out. Obviously Trippier was out, so Livermore came in for him, and it was great to see the return of Isak back from injury as well. For Brighton, there was no Yankuba Minte because of a and also it was great to see Mitoma on the bench as well, because he's been on fire this season for Brighton, and to see him on the bench from Brighton. So we started off this game very, very well. We had Brighton camped in their box, camped in their so deep because they couldn't get out of their half. Even their forwards, Welbeck and Ferguson, were stuck in the box because they couldn't go never ventured into our half, and it was like the Alamo, we were going for it. We could have so easy have gone ahead. We should have gone ahead. Alexander Isak had a glorious chance. Should he have just rounded the keeper and scored? Maybe. Try to put it past the keeper and turn away. But 35 minutes, they get a goal through Welbeck. Share and switched off for some reason, and Livermore couldn't recover, and Welbeck, being the wily old striker he is, who's on form this season, puts it past Nick Pope, and Brighton go undeservedly 1-0 up against the run of play, because it wasn't against the run of play. We were the better team, but we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. That was the problem. And again, we had more chances towards the end of that first half to score, and we just could not put the ball in the back of the net. It just would not go in for us. I don't even think the fans could suck the ball in the back of the net. It was just, it was either the keeper was in the way, defenders in the way, or it was going over the bar or past the post, but we just could not score on that first half for Toffee. I thought Dan Burn picked up an unlucky yellow card in that first half. It was never a yellow card offence, I'm afraid. The referee got that one wrong, Peter Banks. And again, Lewis Hall, that was never a foul. Okay, he got booked for dissent, but he had every right to lose his temper with the referee, because at the end of the day, he hadn't made a foul. It was soft. Veltman just went down, and again, Lewis Hall just vented his frustration, but gets a yellow card for it. Unfortunately, it's a yellow card offence, and you've got to accept that. But you think a 1-0 down at half time, okay, second half, let's reset, come out, go for it again, and just try and put the ball in the back of the net. And we tried, and we threw everything at Brighton. We threw the kitchen sink at them, and we still could not get past them for some reason whatsoever. Very, very simple, that we had these chances. Then it's baffling because we take Tonali off again. Tonali can't get a full game for us. I don't know why. Is there something with Eddie Howe that he doesn't like about Tonali? I don't know, but I thought Tonali was one of our better midfielders on the pitch. I thought, and I didn't think Tonali deserved to come off. But he brought Willock and he brought Barnes on, which I thought was a good move. We needed something from Barnes. We could have done with that spark where we needed Barnes to maybe create a chance, and I could see it work for us. That seemed to hinder us a little bit bringing the subs on, if I'm honest. Then, we're still chasing this game 1-0. Brighton managed to make it 2-0. They started playing better in the second half than what they were in the first half. So it was a bit more of a game in the second half. Well, it goes down. You see the challenge, you think, what's Shed done wrong? But, obviously something's happened, and, maybe Chair's hips hit his back, Danny Welbeck, and he went down, and he ended up going off on a stretcher, and we hope he gets well soon. Well, it's nothing too serious, and it was classy from our fans to clap him off the pitch and that. But it still went for the goal. We still tried, but we just could not score this goal. It just did not seem to want to go in. Substitutions are the baffling substitutions, maybe. I mean, he takes off Bruno and Gordon. I mean, Gordon, for me, didn't really have the greatest of games. I thought he got in there, but even with that header he had, he should have been planting that in the back of the net. There's no reason he should be missing that. He missed one for England against Greece, and he's missed another one today for us against Brighton. And I don't know. There's nothing right, because the Gordon of last season would have been putting them chances away. The Gordon of last season would have terrorised them. But we've not seen that from him this season. Isak last season would be banging the goals in. Again, he's not doing it, is he? It's just something's not right here, and we need to know what's going on. There's something not going right, and I can't put my finger on it. We had great this season so far. Yes, we've had a couple of great games, but other than that, we've scraped through a lot of games. We come up short against Fulham after scraping through games, and we got beat off Fulham, and rightly so. Today, we were the better team. We had the possession. But as I've said in the past, possession does not win football matches. It does not win football matches. Winning in a football match is to score more goals than the opposition and putting the ball in the back of that net or the onion bag, whichever you want to call it. And that is the problem. We are not doing that. We are not our chances. It's very, very poor at the moment. Now, yes, a lot of people might be having to go, Eddie Howe. Is his 4-3-3 system? Is that finished? Is Eddie just married to the 4-3-3? Is that the problem? He does know the systems. Brighton kept taking to back five to stifle us, and it worked, Again, why is Longstaff taking a free kick? He can't get past the first man. He's took free kicks. One against Wimbledon, one against Brighton, and he can't get past the first man. And he couldn't get past Matoma. He's not that big of a player, let's be honest. Isak's free kick, okay, fair enough. It took a deflection, so you could sort of see it was on target. It took a deflection, and it went everywhere. That's fair enough. But we are just not converting these chances, and it's just you look at this team and something not right. Get your comments in. What do you think's going wrong in this side at the minute? Why do you think we're not playing so well? Why can't we convert these chances? If you go back to 2 seasons ago, if we'd had these chances 2 seasons ago when we got Champions League, we would have wiped the floor with Brighton. We would have them away. Last season we would have scored these chances, but we're just not scoring them this season, and there's something not right. Now, do we put these players playing for Eddie Howe, or are these players against Eddie Howe? Do we know? Is there a dressing room rift? I don't know. And I'm not trying to make out something's going on in the club against Eddie Howe from players, but I'm trying to put these sort of questions together to come up with any answers, and I don't know. Obviously nobody knows what goes on in players' heads, but we need, the transfer window. Is that coming back to haunt us now? We've bought a striker, no disrespect to him, Willis Sula, who ain't that great. 7 games and 2 goals in his career in England, and those 2 goals were against Accrington and Stanley in League One for Derby County. Come on, surely when you're going for a player, if you're doing due diligence and buying a player and a striker as well, a striker who's only scored 2 goals in his career against Accrington and Stanley. Villa went to Middlesbrough and bought Morgan Rogers from the Championship. I scored more goals than Willis Sula. There's something not right at the club. We are not going going for the right players. Not getting that right winger in the summer window. We should have gone for Madueke before the season started. But we didn't. We could have probably got him on loan, if I'm honest. But we've got no chance of getting him now because he's on fire for Chelsea and for England at the moment. So, look, there's no chance of him coming in. You know, and I know they keep saying Mark Gui was the one target that he wanted. If that's the case, I'm happy with that. If that is the case. But again, it's all hearsay. We do not know what's true or what's not. Change. Something needs to change. Something's got to give. Because we should have wiped the floor with Brighton today, in all honesty. We should have wiped the actual floor with them. I mean, look, if you look at the stats against Brighton today, you know, we had 60% to their possession. We had 21 shots at goal to their 10. We had 6 on target. They had 5 on target and scored with 1. We had 3 off target. We had 9 block shots. They had 2 block shots. Touches in the box. We had 45 in Brent's box. They had 12 in ours. That just shows you how much we were the better team. Their keeper made 6 saves to Nick Pope's 4. 13 aerial duels to our 9. We got 11 fouls. They got 9. We had 9 corners. They had 4 corners. You know, we need to sort this out, and something isn't right. Maybe we need to get them strikers firing before next week, because that's going to be a tough game next Sunday. Let's make no bones about it. Away to Chelsea next Sunday is going to be tough at Stamford Bridge. And the way Chelsea are playing, you know, at the moment, they are playing some decent football. I had their manager down to be the first one sacked because I didn't think he would be that great. But he's proven me wrong. He's done everybody wrong how good he is. And then we got Chelsea a few days later again in the Carabao Cup at home. So we got 2 difficult games coming up. Then we got Arsenal as well. Now, yes, they've lost to Lever tonight. He's been red carded and he won't be playing against us. Doesn't get to say because he's not playing that their defence is going to be any weaker because they'll have Kivior who'll play. So, you know, it's not like saying their defence is going to be any weaker. They'll have Kivior in. So he'll probably start against us. But this is my question. What Newcastle United? Why can't we put these teams to bed? Why are we struggling to score goals? As I've said, could it be? Is it the players? Are they wanting rid of Eddie Howe? 2. Is it, you know, that aren't firing? Do they really want to be at the club? You've got to question that. Because to be honest with you, I don't answer because I don't know myself what the answer is. But the problem with football is, and what you've got to remember is football's a results business. And look, I'm not saying he's under pressure now, Eddie Howe. But all I'm going to say is, if we don't beat Chelsea next week and we lose in the cup to them, then we lose to Arsenal, does Eddie Howe become under a lot of pressure then? I think he does. I think he's under pressure because these owners will want European football. And if we lose to Arsenal, to Chelsea and Arsenal, we'll fall further behind in the race for Europe. And the thing is, we can't be too far behind if we want to make a European place next season. So Eddie's got to get out there now and change something on that training ground. Try new formations and try something different. Because at the moment, the tune that's coming out of these players, yes, we're trying. But we're not scoring. And that's what's annoying me today, the fact that we should have beat Brighton easily 4-1. Easily. Quite easily, we've got to beat them 4-1. The chances we had. Look at Man United winning today against Brentford. I thought Brentford would have beat Man United. I'm very surprised that Man United have beaten Brentford. So they're catching up with us now. So we now got to start taking our chances. But we've got to start converting these chances and put each other in it. Because I want to see us turn these games around and start winning in these games. These are the teams that we need to be beaten if we want to be in Europe. If we want to end up the European place at the end of the season, we got to beat the likes of Brighton, Aston Villa, and then you've got to be beating the other teams, the likes of Everton. We should have beat Everton. Why we got held to a draw against Everton? Because, Gordon missed the penalty, and 2, he should have scored again. So look, we lost to Everton. We drew them when we lost to Brighton today. We need to sort something out. Something needs to be sorted on the training ground. And hopefully make sure them strikers can keep hitting that ball in the back of the net. So when it comes to game day, they know next time they get a chance like that, I hope Eddie Howe sits them down and says, look, watch the whole match again, watch it back, and look at the chances you had. And tell me what you could have done for them chances to have put them in the back of the net. Because words need to be said. And yes, okay, you can't fault the effort. We've had the possession. But as I said, possession does not win your football games. It's scoring football games. And I'm damn well annoyed that we haven't beaten Brighton today, or at least come off that pitch with a point. And Brighton rode that out. And I tell you now, if it wasn't for their goalkeeper, Verbruggen, we would have won that game, because he was outstanding for them. In fact, he was probably player of the match on that pitch today, because he stood firm and kept Brighton in that game. He is a cracking goalkeeper. And I remember saying this 2 years ago, before Brighton signed him last, when I had Rowley on this channel. And I said to Rowley, he's a keeper that we should be looking at. A youngster coming in, a young keeper. He's a Dutch number 1 now as well. But he's a young keeper who could have been understudy to Nick Pope. We could have got him for 10 million quid like Brighton in Belgium. And we saw how good a keeper he is today. He's an outstanding goalkeeper. He's only going to get better. But Rowley told me, oh, no, I don't want a goalkeeper from the Belgian league. That's the Belgian league. How can he do it in the Premier League? So he's done it in the Premier League because we're seeing it week in, week out for Brighton. He's the Dutch number 1. So, for people to say, oh, because it's a Belgian league, it's not just because I think it's a farmers league that he can't come into the Premier League and do it. You're wrong, because they can come in and do it in the Premier League, and we're seeing it. But as I say, we're not shouting Eddie Howe out at the moment, but all I'm saying is, if the results don't start improving, then the noise, every manager goes around, noise gets stronger, gets louder and louder. That's all I'm saying. We all know, been there. We've all seen it in football. We all know football is a results business. And Eddie Howe has to start getting it right, because then he will be out the door. Make no bones about it. And I don't care what people say, oh, but who's going to come in, who's going to come in? It's not the point who's making it. If there's no upturn of fortunes with this team, then the owners are going to make a change. And we have to accept that. So that's all I'm saying. But all I want to say about summing up today's game, very disappointing that we couldn't beat Brighton or even the block. But you know what? We got Chelsea away next week. There's a chance there to put it right. Yes, it'll be a tough game at Stamford Bridge. It'll be a tough game. Forest went there and got a draw. Let's see what we can do next week. Coming to the end of this little show anyway, because it was only a short reaction show. But if you have enjoyed it, then please do smash a like. It does help the channel, so please do give it a like. Also, if you're brand new at the channel, come in, hit the subscribe and be part of this great community. Also, hit the bell notification. That will tell you when I'm live. Have a brave and shows. So yes, so not a great day at the office today for us. Fortunately, we couldn't score against Brighton, but let's hope we see an improvement in the team when we go to Chelsea next week. But anyway, guys, as I always say, remember, the future is definitely black and white. And until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever you're doing. But until then, stay safe. How are the lads? And how are the lasses tomorrow against Charlton Athletic as well. Bye-bye for now.